with it being a gameplay showcase. I'm not going to take too much if the performance is rough, because we really need to wait and see when a game launches. But that'll be a big thing as well, right? Is how well it runs as well. It's like Mage Awakening. After the first volume, 2,500 pages, it went down and down until volume 8 and 9 had around 600 pages each. Great writing and oozes immersion. Okay, maybe it might be a good game then. Maybe it might be a good game. So we've got this gameplay showcase here. Should we hop straight in and check it out then? Because we got these other clips we saw before, right? The official Tigan City or Tigan City gameplay trailer, where we got a little bit of like the city and a little bit of us wandering around, and it looks nice, right? Like the graphical fidelity is really high. But obviously, when it comes to games, it's about gameplay, right? And we have the gameplay showcase now. According to chat, it's a great universe. I am totally unknowledgeable about this IP, but the game's kind of got me interested. So, it should be Tingen. Oh, but IGN. Really? Oh, my days. IGN, kill it right. Okay. With negligent gacha elements. Okay. I mean, be interesting to see. But let's check out the gameplay showcase together then, shall we? This is new. This has only been up a few hours then by the looks of things. Okay. All right then. Let's check it out then, guys. A Lord of Mysteries gameplay showcase. Hopefully we've got a new fun game to check out here. I'm assuming this is going to be an action game, right? Just looking at what we've seen so far of the world, it would make sense. I'm assuming it's not going to be like you're going to go into instance turn-based stuff or anything like that. So I'm thinking action, right? Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look at Book. I do remember what we saw before, though. It looks pretty. Is that like a reverse rain? Have we got reverse rain again? I've noticed a lot of CN companies like to play around with that idea of like reverse rain stuff, don't they? You know? This isn't the first game that I've seen coming out of CN that like to play around with that idea of this reverse rain thing going on. Okay. I remember what we saw before. It's got a steampunk element to it. Got some quite European. And this shit looks like Dark Souls or something. Just make sure. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. Like the theme and the art style and the design is cool. It's got a very Victorian element to it, hasn't it? Holy shit, dude. Look at this. Some of these scenes look dope. Very gothic inspired, yeah. I'm assuming these are like bosses we're going to be fighting, right? They look boss-like anyway. Yeah, you don't want to see stuff like that. I just think of Bloodborne. When I see stuff like that, that dude down with the big, I don't know what the fucking hell you'd call that. Just makes me think of Bloodborne. Dude with the seraphim wings. Is that Crazy Teddy? No, some of these, I'm guessing these are all enemies and bosses and stuff, right? These look insane. So is this going to be like a CN Souls-like game, or? What, you got branded? That was a big brand as well. Was it just going to be like an ARPG? Oh, look at that. Is he ripping his soul out? Oh, shit. Okay. Let's switch up. Bro, have we got a better quality setting? Even at 1080p, it doesn't look great, man. This person didn't record this video very well. He was heavily inspired by Bloodborne, was he? Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. the music. Yeah, performance is going to be really needed to be good, right? Because this has definitely got some, like, heavily reaction-based combat here. We've got perfect dodges. Like you say, very dark and gothic as we go into a girl in a frilly dress riding a bike. Okay, so we got push bike segments, or is this part of the open world or something? Okay, alright. The world does look pretty cool, though. What are they, like chests to open then, yeah? Oh, we've got cars as well. Damn, okay. It looks like there's a lot of stuff going on. One thing I will say, it is kind of, we can see that the performance at the moment is not spectacular, but as I said, I wouldn't hold it against it until the game's launch, right? That's what alphas, pre-alphas, betas, open betas are for, right? Yeah, that's when you can start to be like, something's not right here. It's when the game launches when you have to hammer a team, a development, right? Development team, should I say. Definitely seen some performance issues here, but the game's got a lot going on, right? It's got a lot going on. Almost look like a raid. What the fuck? Okay, looks like we got sort of mini game type stuff. Now we got third person over the shoulder shooting. What the Okay, so I think the biggest thing with this is where it might slip up is it looks like they're trying to do a lot, which I'm good with, but sometimes you can have a jack of all trades, master of none situation, right, where they do a lot of things all right, but they never do anything exceptional. But that being said, I do like that they're doing a lot here, right? They are doing a lot here, but, you know, sometimes a bit of a focus on one particular thing can be a better thing, right? But, hey, if they pull it off, buzzing, right? If they pull it off. There's so much to do. Okay, so I'd say, like, it looks like it's got some sort of Souls-like combat type stuff, but I'd say it's maybe a little bit like, maybe more like sort of like Where Winds Meet, right, where it has Souls-like sort of combat, if you will. You know, there is some, especially if you play it on the most difficult level, but it's a bit more action-orientated, should I say. It probably plays quite a bit different. But, okay, this looks cool, this does. I must admit, it actually looks kind of cool. Okay, we've got a little bit of fun as well. Light-hearted fun there. Yeah, I know this piece of music, but I'm not too sure if it is somebody like Beethoven or I'm not too sure. So, okay, so we've got, okay, so is this going to be an MMO then? Or has it just got MMO elements to it? Because this, like, that looks like potentially NPCs there, but we're looking at, like, this looks like a big player raid, right? Like, that's all other players, isn't it, yeah? Okay. So we've got, like, raid bosses and stuff, yeah? Okay, interesting. Yeah, there's definitely raid bosses, they are. So I'm assuming we've got, like, proper dungeons and stuff then. The world does look gorgeous in the background now. So that gigantic skeleton. I need to find a better quality recording because this is kind of poor. When there's a lot going on, it's kind of hard to see what's happening. We'll have to find a better recording here because, damn, there's so much going on in this trailer. We've got vehicles in the wilderness open world areas. We've got urban exploration. We've got the ability to looks like we can glide. We've got we saw there with some of the characters, it looks like there's sort of movement utility for us to be able to move around the map faster. This person here, they're like dashing, jumping and dashing. So we've got like sort of like movement utility. We can get up on the rooftops. We've got vehicles. We've got push bikes. We've got horses. I'm assuming we're gonna have like different mounts and stuff and things like that. We've got we've got exploration for things like chess. We've got character creation. We've got destructibility in the environment as well, which is kind of cool. We've got souls sort of like combat. Then we've got MMO raid bosses by the looks of things. And then we've got third-person, over-the-shoulder shooter gameplay. We've got little mini-games, like... They're doing so much. They're doing so much. Okay. Again, I think looks like we've got lots of different classes to play as well, right? Like, we've got, like, guns. Looks like we've got sort of like mage classes. We've got more physical based classes. Yeah, it looks like they're doing a lot of everything here, right? A lot of everything. So, again, I think excited to see that they're doing so much, but at the same time, it's like, will they be able to do it all well? As I said, jack of all trades, master of none situation, maybe. Hopefully they can focus on a couple of particular things and really be good at them. Again, the combat looks all right, man. It looks all right, right? Again, it makes you think of kind of like a where wins meat kind of game. This does. That's what I'm kind of thinking it's going to be like, right? It looks like it's got MMO elements, but potentially, you know, you'll probably play it in a bit more of a single player fashion for the most part, I'm assuming. Again, I don't know. But, okay. Lord of Mysteries. It looks all right, right? What do you think? What do you guys think? I'm thinking I'm definitely going to be checking this out. I don't know when this is coming out. I've got no idea when this is coming out. I'm assuming we're a little bit off so far, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff here already. Hopefully this is not going to be one of those games. Oh, man, we're dropped in CN and we have to wait. You know, we're sitting here for like 6 months, 12 months waiting for it to drop in global, because this isn't out in CN, is it? Or is it out in CN? I don't even know. I don't think it is, right? So, yeah, hopefully it's just not one of those situations where we have to wait ages to be able to get to give it a go. It has option to play single or multiplayer. Partly interested, though, would have liked to see more player navigation within the environment from this trailer. Yes, the problem with this trailer, which I agree with here, is exactly what you've just said there, but also it's highly edited, right? The problem with these, and I get it's a showcase, it's a little teaser, but the problem when you've got these sort of showcases where it's like blip, 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 kind of editing, it's like a lot of messy things can be hidden with that sort of editing, right? Actually, how well does the combat flow? You know, what do the bosses actually look like? What's this sort of co-op stuff feeling like? How does the exploration actually, like, you know, feel? What's the city layout sort of feel like? Right, you can't get that from these sort of quickly edited videos, can you? You can make it, you know, not to say they're lying, of course, but you know, you can make things look exceptionally nice with a good editor, can't you? So I agree with that as well. Who are the developers? I have no idea. Let's have a look, actually. I don't know. Spark Nexa. Being developed and published by Spark Nexa under Kuwait Show. I don't know who either of those are. Team size, a massive development team of over 500 to 600 developers, apparently. They're going through authentic lore. It's a multi-platform, yeah, so it is an MMORPG. So it is being labelled as an MMORPG, not just like a cooperative ARPG. Okay, it's Unreal 5. Okay. It's supposed to be a canonical expansion set 2 years after the conclusion of the first novel. So, yeah. Spark Nexa, I guess. I'll put a link in the chat for anybody who wants to check this out as well, guys. I'll pop a link in chat so you guys can go take a look at it yourself if you want. I'm excited to see if it's cool as a novel and if he follows how things work there. It's a bit overwhelming for me personally. At least from this trailer, looks cool, but don't know the source too well. Happy for the fans of it. Yeah, I'm the same. I've got no clue about the source, so I'll be coming in as a total layman, I guess. So I've got no expectations of is it, actually faithful to the IP? Does it follow on from stories? Are characters in there? I'll get none of it. I wonder how annoying the Seer pathway will be. It looks good, but we'd like to see more gameplay, though. Agree. We need something like this. You want to really, truly get a feel for it. And I know for the companies, it's less exciting to show, but you want a nice, solid 10 to 15 minutes gameplay, don't you? Where they're showing some of the stuff that might look a little bit boring to some people, but it gives you a real feel of what the game's going to be like when you're playing it, right? Because you can't get an idea of what you're actually doing here, can you? Definitely going to look into it, but not fully convinced yet. I mean, that's fair. I think they need to make a segmented trailer for better presentation, focus on each of its main feature. Yeah, I agree. Because there was so much there, right? There was so much there. It's like almost a bit overloading, but it's going to be out near fall, I believe. Okay. Yeah, what's up, BVN? The teaser being this busy kind of worries me though. That's what I'm thinking when I think like, is that a marketing trick to cover things up, or is it there's just so much stuff they're just throwing everything in there and hopefully something sticks, which can work sometimes, but also it can just end up being a bit of a sloppy mess of like, this all could have been much better, but it just missed the mark. It's very overwhelming. Yes, it is casual. It is, yeah. The combat itself, though, seems to revolve around large open areas with little focus on environmental impact. Well, looking at it, I think probably because there's the MMO aspect of it, right? And I'm assuming single-player fights are probably just like less difficult versions of some of these big raid fights, right? So I should imagine a lot of the environments are probably set to work for both, I would imagine, right? Probably maybe some story bosses are a little bit more focused and bespoke, maybe. They're keeping things gameplay very hush-hush, only visual maps and walking has been revealed so far. Yeah, that's all we've seen before, right? So this is the first bit of actual, what looks like proper gameplay that we've seen. What's up here? We're just checking out Lord of Mysteries recent gameplay. Yeah, I've never heard of these devs either. Never heard of them. I haven't watched the anime of it. No, I haven't read any of the novels, watched the anime. I am totally going in blind when I play this. Looks like a lot, but to me, most of it just looks more flashy than anything. Half the vid don't involve gameplay, and half that does add most of it under too many flashes. I will admit as well, there was a lot of visual noise on screen, which, when you're playing with a bunch of other people as well, could get a little bit insane. They made a point to cut quickly, didn't they? Because you're quite flashy in yourself. Then imagine you're in a, 6-man, 12-man, 18-man, I don't know how big, it looks like there was a lot of people on some of them fights, potentially like 24-man raid type bosses. That's when you might be getting like 15 FPS when everybody starts hitting their abilities all at once. Maybe they should have marketed the darker tone elements and the huge tone elements separately. It can be a bit overwhelming, good jarring all at once, I suppose. I suppose so. But then I guess you would have the problem with doing something like that. I do agree in terms of looking at it as an overall thing. But then the problem sometimes what can come from that is if you have a couple of videos where, like you say, they do market that sort of darker, sort of gothic, Bloodborne sort of vibe, right? And then they market the other stuff separately, then somebody might have only watched one or the other. And then when they come to play the game, they're like, wait, fucking hell. Some people will lean into that. Well, this isn't what it was marketed as to be. But I kind of agree. I think maybe something like this needs multiple videos launched to show what the game's got right, and then an overall kind of video like this, but maybe just a less quick editing. I think that was probably the biggest critique for me there.